But first, sometimes a design trend becomes a design staple so quickly that we don't even have time to get a good grip on what it means for our home. And that's the case with a simple hanging light that has really opened up our options over the kitchen island and beyond. Known as pendant lighting, new homes are designed around it, and old homes are being rewired to accommodate the look. It's how to choose pendant lights that has so many at-home designers left in the dark, though. Meagan Maceivic with Meagan Rae Interiors, she's here to help. And you call pendant lighting, I love this, the jewelry of the kitchen, right?
Right. Yeah.
So why is this accessory, what can it do? What can this accessory do to the overall appearance of a room?
Okay, so it gives off task lighting, it gives off ambient lighting, and it's kind of like the earrings on your outfit or a necklace. They're so stylish nowadays, and there's so many options that it just can become that icing on the cake for your design.
I love it. I love it. We're going to start today by identifying a few mistakes, because it's one of those items, again, somewhat not new necessarily, but people are embracing it more and more. And it's one of those accessories that as you look at it, you almost don't notice it until you do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until
Absolutely.
you focus on it, and then things can start to go south. So mistake number one, you say, that at-home designers make is focusing on style over function.
Right. Mistake number one, dun, 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 dun. You know, so many times a client will choose a light and go, I love this light. And I'm going, okay, that pendant is darling, but it's got one bulb. Your kitchen is, or your space, your entryway, anything is very dark and you need more lighting. Why don't we look for that style, but let's choose something that gives off, has more light wattage, that has more bulbs. So really, we have to remember that the pendant is also there to function, not just for looks.
We want it to be pretty, right? We want it to hang nice, but more than that, you want it to give off the appropriate amount of light.
And if you just keep looking, whatever style you've got, if you're modern, traditional, a little bit, you know, edgy, transitional, their light will exist. There is a pendant out there with more than one bulb, but you just got to brighten your horizon.
There's a pendant for you.
Don't rob yourself of good lighting, because your house is a workspace, especially a kitchen, and so you need to light that area up.
If you're using pendants as a main lighting source, kind of speaking to what you're saying, can you add a dimmer switch on a pendant? Is that a dumb question?
No, that is the perfect question, because a lot of people do that. They're so worried about so much wattage, and then what do we do for nighttime and mood lighting? Yeah, throw a dimmer on. So easy to do, and then you can really control any kind of mood you want to set for that day.
There you go. Mistake number two, you say, is not using the proper scale. And I think of pendants as somewhat small, but the size varies?
Right. So a lot of times we think if it's big, we call them chandeliers, but actually pendant lights are quite large. It's the way that the shape is. It's not a chandelier, so it's a pendant.
Okay.
And they do come in very large sizes. And we're seeing that as a trend because our spaces are getting larger, our ceilings are getting bigger. We're doing that open concept design in homes.
Right.
And so to fill that, we almost do need to grab our scale. If your scale's not right, if your light's too big or too small, something will look off to you. So always remember scale, and you can go big. If you do go big and you're working over like a dining room table or a kitchen island, sometimes one will work, but usually two. Two is good.
Two pendants. You can go in multiples.
Exactly.
Because we do here in Utah, we love those open concept floor plans where the kitchen becomes the living room becomes the dining room, but you need a light to sustain that space.
Exactly. And so it just, and it's fantastic lighting.
All right, mistake number three, turning your kitchen or whatever room you're hanging the pendant light in into a lighting showroom with a bunch of mismatched pendant lights. You want to stay cohesive.
Right. So oftentimes, if you go into a lighting store, you're going to see every light hanging there because you're shopping, right? And none of them go together. So don't make that mistake in your home. Most likely your pendant light, because of this open concept that we just discussed, your pendant light is not the only light that's visual in your space. You might have your dining table adjacent, maybe even your great room adjacent to wherever you're lighting, your entryway, kitchen, whatever.
So should they match then?
Right. Sometimes people that are going with like a minimalist or modern look will actually just take a shape and kind of match it.
Okay.
Other times that you can mix them, maybe find something similar in them, like the metal, a material, pull maybe some other elements from your kitchen or your home, like a pattern or a tile or a fabric to kind of mix it. But really good, the safest combo is to do the chandelier pendant combo.
Where they go together, but they don't quite match. match.
And you know, if you've already invested in maybe a really pretty chandelier that you've got, it's okay to let one light be the lighting showcase and have the other ones be the backdrop for it.
So for example, you could do the chandelier over the dining room table and then maybe the pendant lights down your kitchen counter. They coordinate, but they don't match?
Exactly.
Okay.
Absolutely. And you don't want to do the double chandelier necessarily look, or you can mix like a pretty lantern with a straight drum shade. But absolutely, it's kind of like when we go shopping for clothes, right? You get your outfit together and you go, oh, I need, let's see, I want a jacket with this, but it has to cut here and here because it looks better with these pants. Just know lighting and home decor is very similar to that. We're so good at, I mean, I see all these people, I walk down the street and I'm like, dang, that girl looks good. How does everybody dress so good?
Why can't you shop for a pendant light?
Exactly. No, I'm like, you guys have the ability to do this.
And you really are. I mean, it's hard to summarize your design expertise in just one sentence, but I feel like lighting is one of your real strong suits as you work with your clients. And it's interesting to kind of get inside your head because you see what a fun process this can be as you shop and mix and match and coordinate. It can get exciting.
I really think it's worth the money to put into good lighting.
Those are the 3 mistakes that you want to be careful of. We also asked you to nail down your top pendant picks as we look forward to the styles and the trends. I say trends, but we want lighting that will last too.
Right, absolutely.
The first one you have your eye on is a modern tiered shape.
Right, so I love these right now, they're stacking globes, and you can tier these out.
Look how pretty.
And yeah, that's a crystal, and so it is just gorgeous. You can find that on circa.com. But the globes right now are really, really in style, and the way that one's tiered is,
wow.
I know, right?
That's cool.
That's what I said when I saw it. You just, when you have a wow, then you know you like it, it attracts your eye.
Geometric shapes, also pretty big.
Geometric shapes are really, really hot right now. One of my favorites, though, is the cone, and Kelly Wessler did it. She just nailed it. She did this cone. It almost has like a touch of gold, but it's also got like a cement. I love the textures together. I love the way they play off. That's also available on circa.com.
Ooh, it's beautiful. Love that. All right, industrial is another popular trend we're seeing emerge. A lot of people are really gravitating to this style.
Absolutely. You know, I think it's because we're trying to be a little bit more casual, not so formal, but we still want some structure. And so by throwing an industrial light in, we get that kind of warm, inviting look. So that is a really hot trend right now. This one I found is from Ralph Lauren. I love it. I love the texture underneath. To me, it's in the details. It sets it apart that way. And I love the bulbs that it's got, the Edison bulbs that you can see exposed there.
And multiple bulbs, so good lighting source.
And that one's also available on circa.com.
Ah, love it. All right, and finally, modern LED, you say, is really kind of having a moment.
Okay, so modern's coming, and it's coming strong. I say grab it, embrace it, start mixing it in. Don't be the last, be the first. Let's go, people. So I really love a good LED light. They're really good nowadays, and they're getting more affordable. This one, for instance, is a really cool pendant that actually is just one arch, and here in the photo, we've done multiples, and so we've stacked them to get that design look. So it's really fun. We talked about scale. You can use this to really enhance length or to go smaller, but I really loved this Volta LED LED light, and you can find that one on lumens.com.
Oh my gosh, gorgeous selection, and nice to kind of get inside your head as you share what to look for with us. I think it's going to help everybody out there.
I know, it's so fun. I say go do it.
Thank
Get some good lighting.
you so much, Meagan. Where can we get more information about your design services?
Yeah, you can get on my website, meaganraeinteriors.com, or you can follow us on Instagram. We usually are better at updating our Instagram page, so look for us there.
Beautiful inspiration photos. You saw a few of them today, so we'll link you over to Meagan's website and Instagram from ours to make it easy. Great to see you, friend. Thank you.